now that when you sign something, no matter what they say, it means that you accept liability. And if you don't read and agree to everything you sign, you are making a big mistake. I am constantly being asked, how do I sign my name and maintain my rights? We all know that before they let us go, they always want us to sign something to keep us coming back. There are other points in the legal system where a signature is expected or required before the court can proceed as well. I have heard that adding under duress, or all rights reserved to a signature when signing a document will maintain our inherent human rights, and while this could work as well, the proper and Latin way to sign under duress is to add a v.c. before your name. 6 coactus, abbreviated to VC, is a Latin term. The website Wikipedia cites the definition of 6 coactus as constrained by force, used when forced to sign, or else. Perhaps the most famous use of 6 coactus when signing a document was that of Cornelius de Witt. Alexander Dumas captured the event as follows. The Grand Pensionary bowed before the will of his fellow citizens. Cornelius de Witt, however, was more obstinate, and notwithstanding all the threats of death from the Orangist rabble, who besieged him in his house at Dort, he stoutly refused to sign the act by which the office of stadtholder was restored. Moved by the tears and entreaties of his wife, he at last complied, only adding to his signature the 2 letters VC, 6 coactus, notifying thereby that he only yielded to force. There is scant authoritative information regarding this term on the web. However, on the One Heaven Society of United Free States of Spirits website the following information is provided. The bar want you to sign as surety. At key points in a court case, the bar members want you to sign certain documents. Why? Because your signature is like your vocalized consent. It can be legally interpreted as your agreement to be surety for an obligation and to perform as well as to waive other rights. Do you have to sign? No, you don't. But in many cases, the bar has designed a system so that if you don't, it is interpreted as dishonor so that they can invoke their power of attorney powers to declare you delinquent, incompetent, and send you to prison anyway. This is why you may have heard of people who refused to sign the papers when entering prison and yet were treated worse than most serious criminals, with complete apparent ignorance of their rights. Why? Because the system is designed at certain points where you must sign. So how do you overcome an unjust and unfair system that forces a man or woman to sign under duress, against their will, and yet interprets such signatures as valid under canon law? The answer is making sure your signature follows a clear mark of duress. 6 coactus. Before you sign anything under duress, in order not to be unfairly determined as in dishonor and incompetent, you may lawfully initial in large letters the letters VC where you will sign, then sign your name after, always after. What VC stands for is Latin for 6 coactus, which means literally under constraint. This should normally be sufficient on any document which you are forced to sign to bear witness to the fact that it was done under duress. Now, at the earliest opportunity before the court or official, you can make it known that upon review of your signature it can be proven to have been forced under threat and coercion and so cannot be used as legally binding agreement. In some locations and in some prisons, as this knowledge grows, it is possible that law enforcement officials may start to reject such signatures, adding more threat and force on a person to sign without using VC. It is your choice, remembering that if you allow such criminal intimidation and torture to prevail and do sign without protest, then the system can simply lie and state you made such a sign of your own free will. So if they tear up the paperwork and demand you do it again, stating that such a signature is unlawful, then such claims are against the laws of the Roman Code Canon Law, the actual law that underpins their own statutes and regulations. However, if after several attempts they still refuse, there is a second method equally valid: the use of ellipse. The use of ellipses. When the threat of intimidation or outright rejection of lawful protest is too great, then a second and equally valid method of signing under protest is permitted, namely the use of 3 full stops placed first, followed by the signature so that the 3 dots are not obscured by the signature. This is called an ellipsis, e.g., and indicates that legally there was a form of words you wanted to state but were unable due to some event, in this case because of threat and coercion. Thus, at the earliest opportunity the ellipsis can be revealed and it can be stated that you intended to write VC but were prevented, therefore nullifying any agreement. It would be of interest to the author if there have been any more recent cases where VC has been used to sign a document. There appears to have been a case in Indonesia where Dutch interests signed VC, however, the author does not have full access to the journal in question. The measures taken by the Indonesian government against, by I login 1958 related articles. Authority or O.P, under protest, or V.C, 6 coactus. And that, of course, was preciously what it was, compelled by force. Source, journals.cambridge.org/article_S0165070X000298879. Further definitions and their sources. Black's Law Dictionary, 9th edition. The 9th edition does not provide a definition for 6 coactus. Cassell's Latin Dictionary, 27th edition, 1955, pages 103. Coactus. A compulsion, compelling, coactuit efflagitative meo, CIC. The Oxford Latin Dictionary ABS Lib. 1968, pages 339. Coactus 1. 1 compressed, condensed, of milk, curdled. B. Neutral PL as SB, felt cloak. 2 unnatural, artificial, forced, contrived. 3. Of instruments, actions, etc. Unwilling, forced. Be required by law, compulsory. Coactus 2. Compulsion, constraint. Interestingly, Cassell's Latin Dictionary and the Oxford Latin Dictionary provide the additional definitions. Cassell's Latin Dictionary. Coacto to compel. Coactor 1. A collector of rents, money at auctions, etc. 2. One who compels. Oxford Latin Dictionary. Coacto to compel. Coactor 1. A collector, of money, taxes, etc. 2. The troops bringing up the rear. References. List of Latin abbreviations, wikipedia.org. Dumas, Alexander Black Tulip, The, literature.org. Signing in protest and under duress, one-heaven.org. Cassell's Latin Dictionary, pages 103, xfacy.com. Oxford Latin Dictionary, pages 339, xfacy.com.